Welcome back to another trip, man. Y'all got Tryppy Joker. We here with DJ Z-Nyce. Tell us about yourself, man.
What's going on? I'm DJ Z-Nyce. I'm a DJ.
Yeah, so we see that you are a DJ for like the NBA, Norton's Healthcare, Jack Daniels. Can you tell us about that experience?
Well, it's they're gigs. They're always fun. You know what I'm saying? It's always fun to DJ for bigger clients and stuff like that because it's an experience that I wouldn't probably do unless I was DJing or whatever. So it's always fun, man, to DJ for clients like that.
Yes. And how long you been into DJing?
16 years, 17 years. I started in like 08, 09.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your interest in DJing? Why'd you choose that path?
Cause I couldn't rap. You feel me? I couldn't rap. I could make beats a little bit, not really like a producer. And I was trying to find my lane. And my family members and stuff, they rapped and made music and stuff like that. My uncle was a DJ too. Once I picked up DJing, it's what worked for me.
Thanks. So what are some of your favorite parts of DJing?
Favorite parts?
Yeah, like I guess what goes into it, like either creating the vibe for the crowd or showing up, setting up, and just executing on what you do.
My favorite part about DJing is changing somebody's mood. Whether they had a bad mood, a rough day, they come in, they hear DJ Z-Nyce, man, and they, it just changes for them. So I think that's what I love about it the most. Making people feel good
Yeah, and
through music.
what are some of your favorite places to DJ at consistently?
My favorite places to DJ at consistently. Out of town.
Like you gotta go to you gotta go to city out of town to where like every time you go to the city, you know it's gonna be hot.
Vegas is always fun. Charlotte's always fun. Of course, Miami's always fun. Atlanta's always fun.
Yeah,
Birmingham, Alabama.
that's surprising.
Birmingham is fun, bro. I like Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
Do you have any memorable venues from any of the cities that you've been to?
Memorable venues. I was in Miami for Art Basel one time, man, and there was a lot of art installations, and it wasn't necessarily the venue, but it was more so the art, more so like partying while these different art activations is going on. I thought that was super cool, and they had DJ Craze. If y'all don't know who DJ Craze is, he's crazy, no pun intended, but he was dope.
Yeah. And what would you suggest for some of the upcoming DJs that's in the industry? Like, if you was to talk to yourself when you first started in '08, what advice would you give them?
I would say definitely stay up on technology. Be different, be different, be different, be different. Reinvent yourself every so often, and stay with the times.
Right. And you don't have to give us the whole kit, but what is some of the technology that you use personally still to this day?
Serato.
Can you go into that a little bit, like explain it for the people that may
I
not?
want to land. Serato's the DJ program that we use to DJ. But I use Serato, Serato is what we all use. I don't use anything special to where it's like I'm secretly making this. Like I use GarageBand, I use Serato, I use what everybody else use. But just because we all use the same thing, everybody uses it differently. Or whatever. So it's just like take advantage of the technology. Right now I would say AI. AI and ChatGPT is
Yeah. So you're familiar with ChatGPT?
yeah. I'm not that old, bro. Like damn. Now I ain't saying it like that because he tried to Kevin Hart me, y'all. On his come on, Tryppy, bro. He tried Kevin Hart me on this podcast.
There's people around my age that's like skeptical about ChatGPT and like, cause they're scared of us. It's unknown to them. Like AI is new.
Do you know that a crypto was unknown?
And that's why people ain't into that. Like you got a crowd that's into that. You got a crowd that's not into it.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
But
Like
you don't always have these microphones.
that's true.
Now we got them.
And see, and that's the difference between taking the risk and knowing what you want to get out of something. Cause you didn't start DJing just off the whim. You looked into it. You made sure that before you got into it, it's something that you wanted to do.
Ah man. Yes, I did make sure there's something I wanted to do. Uh I did look into it, but it was always around already. I didn't really have to look into it, man. I'm of the culture. I am the culture. I remember when I was coming home looking at 106 in Park, TRL, waking up to it to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Doing ringtones. getting ringtones, you know what I'm saying? Burning CDs, bro, giving out mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to you on the way over here. Like I started in '09, but I also started out in the OK Player, you know what I'm saying? Traps and Trunks, you know, the vlog era of like artists coming out through vlogs. And it changed from CDs to vlogs or whatever, which is just it's just a dope feeling. And these same artists are out now, but it's cool. I still listen to them, like the Currencies, the Big Crits, the Smoke Dizzes, the all of them, you know what I'm saying? Griselda wasn't around that era, but I like Griselda as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I also like the younger artists. I like Big Moochie Great. I was just listening to him. You know what I'm saying? I just like his voice. Dude, you turned me on to. I don't know who it was,
Yeah.
dude. That song I like.
Shout out to Mark So Fly. Shout out to June Dwayne.
Bro, it was bangers, and I was like, oh, I like this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how it ain't really an age, it's the vibe and feel that you give me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Music influences everybody, you know what I'm saying? So they're influenced by somebody, whether it's their parents. Their parents might be my age or a little bit older, but they were listening to the same thing. So if you're influenced by that and it goes through in your music, I'm gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? But also if you're creating something that I don't know, that's fine as well.
Right.
Like I don't have to like it. You know what I'm saying? But it still don't mean it's not hot.
That makes sense. Yeah. So what would you say is the biggest difference in the music industry from '08 when you started DJing to 2025?
You can do it all yourself. You can just probably do it all yourself. You can, you know, the red to consumer. Well, everybody says it's on every platform. You can get your core group audience and super serve your core group audience. You sell, you know, if you got 100 fans and you sell them a $20 item, you know what I'm saying? That's a nice piece of change, right?
That's a nice pocket change right there.
Yeah. But if you do it once a month, what does that look like? Like it's still coming up. That's why I like Russell so much. Cause he has that concept, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, I do whatever. Like, you know, if you need me to book me, you can book me directly and we can get right to the bag. So you don't need a middleman anymore. You only need the label kind of like to push the momentum that you already got going on to push you over the edge if you need to. Or whatever. But a lot of independent artists, a lot of artists are doing straight without the industry, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what would you recommend for the DJs to like be able to read the room? I'm sure like over the years you've started out like kind of figuring out how to control the vibe, but what would you suggest on like enhancing that skill of reading the room to control the crowd?
Peace. I can only speak on what I do. Like when I go into a party and I walk into the door, I'm reading the room before I walk into the door. Yeah. Like, I mean, I know people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here. But if I didn't know people, I'm still standing in the back of the room. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going before another DJ, I'm not really like going to be like, oh, make sure you don't play what I play, but I want to know what he played so I can reset the room. You know what I'm saying? And give the energy that I want to give. You know what I'm saying? That's important as well. You can reset the room with one song if you want to. So if somebody's super turned up, you can be like, all right, I'm looking, he done play like 15 super turned up ratchet songs. Some ladies ain't really feeling that. Some this and this and that. So you pull a record out, you take a chance on it. Yeah, everybody might not turn up to it, but not only are you resetting the room, the core people that was waiting for you to do that, they're like, yeah, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. This is what I suggest to read the room. And also see what your music is sounding like. Stop being there, bro, and it sounds like shit. You feel what I'm saying? Excuse my language. But bro, yeah, bro, it sounds like shit, and you wonder why they ain't feeling it because your shit sounds horrible, bro. You know what I'm saying? You peeking in the red. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so important. I'm kind of like, that's one thing as a DJ that I feel like that's getting stepped over.
Yeah.
And I want to become a DJ. You know what I'm saying? I want to chill it and do whatever, bro. Y'all don't really know how to cook y'all shit. Y'all don't really know how to take time. Y'all look at everything else on YouTube. Look at how to properly where your level should be.
Structure your sound system.
Because if you sound good, bro, this music sounds good, your set is even better. Like, it's like having a fire-ass meal, bro, and you know you got a Wagyu steak, but you just might need, and it got no seasoning on it. It's a great steak.
Or you eat it with plastic forks.
Yeah, no, it's that too, but you just get a little salt and pepper on it, and it makes it fabulous. You didn't add a whole bunch of shit, you just added salt and pepper, but that salt and pepper lets you go a long way. You know what I'm saying? So, not to get mad, sound like the old cat, but I just really want y'all to do that more. You know what I'm saying? Like, do a little bit more research on what sound is supposed to sound like.
Like, that's real talk. Make sure y'all do y'all research. I ain't said that in a minute, so make sure y'all go do y'all research. Is there anything interest that you have outside of DJing?
I do my own podcast called Top Down Talks. I run around the city, I interview people, entrepreneurs that I like, that I admire and stuff like that. I throw my own events as well. I got something called the Organic Hours. It's like the 4th or 5th year that I do it, and it's called the Organic Pop-Up. The pop-up kind of started to where it was like after COVID, and during COVID, I was doing like live like everybody else, but I took that community from COVID, started the DJ on the radio. I called it the started as the free lunch mix. Yeah. So it's a free lunch crew, and I was here. I had my child, and I would get up at like 8 in the morning, get my kid together, and then go DJ. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he'd be right there with me,
Right.
or whatever. But from there, we grew from like we ended up doing a kickback or something like that, like a little meet and eat. That's what I called it. So we met at Zombie Taco, and we all met up the same people that was online. So then from there, we ended up doing a pop-up at Garage Bar, and it just went on and went on from there. So I do those as well. And man, just mainly a lot of different things. But I mainly spin. I mainly curate dope vibes. I mainly, step outside the box. I'm not just a DJ. I'm a whole brand, and moving, walking, like brand myself. So
Yeah, that's dope. Make sure you brand yourself, especially when you're in the music industry. Cause I seen you when you was hosting one of the, I don't know if it was your event, but at the Derby, you gave Simone your hat.
oh yeah, yeah. I don't got it on right now, but
Yeah.
I came out with my own merch too. It's called the Derby.
For that, is there a website they can follow you at, or
We're gonna restock. So the thing about the Derby Crown winner, I do it like a capsule, so I only do so many of them.
right?
I am gonna restock, so I'm gonna do another 100 hats. So you'll be looking for that shortly. You know what I'm saying? I'll have it. Be checking up at my page at DJ Z-Nyce on Instagram, on all platforms. It'll be right there, like he said. But yeah, man, I do my hats, and that was my event. So I had over Derby. I had like man, I can only know how many events. I had a lot of events over there.
Yeah, Derby week in Louisville is probably the hottest week in Louisville
Yeah, man.
through the whole year.
Love it. I've been doing Derby for years, and each year gets better and better and better. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm proud of myself because it gets better and better and better, and I just try to level up every year.
Bro, talk. And just to talk a little bit about your top down talks. Who are some of your favorite guests that you've had on the show so far?
So far on TDT Top Down Talks, we started off with Bella Ray was my first guest. I've been knowing Bella Desiree for a while. It's a good friend. Recently I had Stacy Wade. He's the owner of West End Gin and Nimbus. He's somebody that I admire and look up to, man. He's dope in how he moves. They own their own liquor brand. It's gin brand based out of the West End. So I had him. Also had Joey Wagner. Joey Wagner was somebody that I started with early, and I learned a lot of game from, you know what I'm saying, as far as like how to move through the city,
Yeah.
those brandships, those partnerships, going into bars, brokering deals, just by sitting back and watching him, and he gave me the opportunities. So every person that I had on was pretty special to me. I recently just had Dorian Washington. His name is Lil D. Have you know the song Lollipop?
Yeah.
You know Static Major?
Yeah.
Right. So
Of course, if you're from Louisville, you don't know Static Major,
you gotta know Static.
do your research.
You got to do your research. So I had him on, you know what I'm saying, recently. He's gonna be dropping soon. I also had Miss Corinza Towns, and she's responsible for helping get a hospital in the West End where I'm from. So I thought that was monumental. People that are really making a change throughout the city and in our world, period. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me feel good to be able to even interview these people because I'm thinking like, I know I'm more than just a DJ, but sometimes in my head, I'll be like, I'm just a DJ. They want to talk to me. But like, I got to remind myself. So it's one thing too, I ain't saying I am confident. I might seem confident, but I was just thinking the other day, I am cocky, but I'm cocky for myself because of my own insecurities. And so you should probably be cocky for your own self. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying be cocky to others.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be an asshole. That's not cool. You know what I'm saying? But you got to build you up.
Right.
You got to wake up every day. You got to look at yourself. So probably should be cocky like, nah, I'm the shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's an interesting perspective because, like, I've always battled, like, am I overly confident or is it cocky? That's like, man, me just not. I'm not about to label it as a negative connotation. Like, I just know me but better than somebody else, and nobody's gonna do what I need done like me. So it's good that you feel that way about yourself. And we always ask on the show, what is your message to all the YNs?
I'm gonna just be 1,000. First, when I first heard it, I see your podcast, and it was like the YNs, and I've been when the first term first came out. At first, I ain't like it. I kind of am indifferent about it. You know what I'm saying? Cause you could be like, but at the same time, I've been like, shout out to YNs. Like, I've caught myself joking and talking and doing like that. So I don't want to be hypocritical. You feel what I'm saying? But if I really would want to say I don't, I'm like, why that? Why can't it be a young king?
Shout out. What's your message to all the young kings?
Man, believe in yourself, bro. Like, it's shit's hard, but that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's okay if you feel a way, you know what I'm saying, to express that or whatever else. It's okay to go through what you're going through, bro. Like, and build your tribe and your community, you know what I'm saying, to help you go through it or whatever else. Like, you know, it might always not always be your parents, it might not always be whatever else, but like God bless you in many different ways. So the more that you get close to him, the more that you get in tune, you know, so you can hear him a whole lot better, bro. But in order to hear him a lot better, you kind of gotta like share some stuff and whatever else. And everybody, you know what you gotta share, bro. I ain't about to preach to you, you know what I'm saying? You know what you gotta do or whatever. So when you do that and you start to get those blessings that you need to, but you also put yourself around people to where they can hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? The way they hold you accountable every day, man. They just believe in yourself. Like, I don't mean to sound cliche, but I'm saying is because if you got confidence, then when you try to go do something that you really want to, and it don't work out like you need to, you ain't gonna turn your back and be like, it ain't gonna work. I ain't gonna do it because it ain't gonna work. Now you got confidence. It didn't work like I needed to now. I'm gonna keep on going. And this is my first time doing it, but when I do the 100th time, it's gonna be lit. I gotta get to 100.
That consistency.
Yeah, consistency. So that's it, man. I just preach confidence in our young black kings and older black kings too. It's because you young. You know what I'm saying? There's old niggas walking around here that's not confident.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true. And my last question is, what is your message to the young black queens? They need a word too.
what message to the young black queens? I just now got my daughter, and that's a good question. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's 3 years old, and I tell her every day, you know what I'm saying? She's beautiful, you smart, you could do whatever you want to, you could do this and do that. And I would say continue to do you, sis. Continue to work on you, sis. And don't fall for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But also understand they trying to figure it out just like you trying to figure it out. But if y'all can figure it out together and y'all honest with one another and y'all get y'all goals in line, y'all can be powerful.
Real talk.
Shouts out to my wife.
Shouts out to all the queens doing it in the world. You feel me? Shout out to y'all. And at this point, the trip has reached its destination. It was a great trip with DJ Z-Nyce. Any last words?
Love yourself. Stay prayed up. Step on these niggas' necks.
Hey, and we shitting on them. You heard me? Lights and chips. We out.
We out.